art. It's mesmerizing. It's questionable. And we already did that intro, isn't it? We've gone through top art in manga, animes, and 20th trilogy. I think it's time to make some justice to manhwas. If you don't know what a manhwa is, well, it's basically the Korean version of a manga, with the only differences being it is read vertically, they like to waste a lot of space, but most importantly, it's colored, and me like colors. So let's see what the Korean industry has to offer. On number 10 we have Nano Machine, a story about martial arts with an interesting twist. The main character is chased and almost killed by some assassin. Luckily for him, someone from the future appears and saves him because he wants to help his ancestor, I guess. Before he goes, he injects him with nanomachines, making him basically a god for that period. He has super regeneration, enhanced abilities and all that kind of stuff. And what better use for it if not for kicking asses. The backgrounds are very solid and well drawn, but the thing that really pleases my eyes are the characters. They are always on model and look very clean with lots of different designs that contrast with each other. And very diverse clothing that are as well detailed. Unholy Blood is that type of story that makes any teenager wet. Of course, vampires. Hot vampires. With our main characters being a very powerful one and a very hot as well. What I really love about this manhwa is the character design. I mean, even if I took 7 baths, I would still not look this clean. They will just make you stare. Very nice shadows, the hair is bombarded with details and the clothes are very well designed. And everything will improve once a vampire appears on the page. They just look awesome. Sadly, it's very short, only 12 chapters, but that only means it will not take too much time to read, so you definitely need to check it out. If you like monsters and cool battles with monsters, well, then Doombreaker is for you. The story immediately starts with a battle between a human dragon and a guy with a big armor and sword. And I have to say, everything looks astonishing. Every character has a unique feeling to it, and each monster will look different from the last one. And there are lots and lots of dragons here. The fights are clearly the best thing that this manhwa has to offer. Tons of cool effects and powers with interesting dynamic poses. You're gonna see some crazy stuff here. I have to admit though, sometimes it's not as clean as the rest of the manhwa we have in this list. It has some messy outlines, but I guarantee you that after a few chapters you'll probably won't even notice anymore. This story might have my favorite style out of all. Not even 10 panels in and this manhwa will present you some nice shots. Just look at this goat dog thing. Look how cool it is. And also the characters have the best look so far, complemented by very nice facial features and amazing clothing. The backgrounds are also exceptional. They are simple but effective, showing you how beautiful this world is. Oh, and also the main character has a spear version of God's sword. So if you have read Berserk, I think you already know what kind of amazing battles can happen with this kind of sword. Slashing, cool movements, amazing effects, definitely something that you should take a look at. You probably at least heard about Tower of God at some point. The story is revolved around the tower that is full of monsters and secrets, and also humans, bloodthirsty humans. And with this setup, well, everything can happen. You're gonna see tons of amazing battles, vastly and different creatures and monsters very well made, powers and effects that will make very colorful pages, characters well designed that contrast each other with some cool rendering and shadows. Everything is just overwhelming, and there are a ton of chapters to really satisfy your thirst for battles. Here we have a story about the reincarnation of a king and how he wants to correct his past mistakes. The beginning after the end is a manhwa that has everything on spot. Solid backgrounds, interesting characters, a very cool power system and effects, and this amazing cat. The focus point in terms of art is clearly the design of the character. Every single one offers something different visually. Very good hair and proportion, and their clothes are very fitting for the environment with soft, elegant style. Also the cover arts are marvelous. Just look at them. They are amazing. Definitely something that you wanna see. One day a giant tower appeared that will bring the end. I know another story about a tower, don't blame me, blame the artists because they are so good. But good news though, humanity has a chance to stop it. If they accept, that is. Once they arrive, the mission is to reach the top of the tower, but in their way are monsters. Hundreds and hundreds of monsters in all different shapes and size. The background does not disappoint. Every structure is well done and the tower shot looks amazing. When action starts, the backgrounds will be a bit simple to allow you to focus on the battle and the characters. Also, the characters alongside their weapons are very interesting to look at, but nothing compares with the monsters. They are very well drawn and colored. Each one has a different look and always brings something cool and new to see. All these elements makes this manhwa a work of art. As always, before we continue, let's quickly go through some honorable mentions. Legends of the Northern Blade has some great design and styles. The whole manhwa has a unique feel to it that you don't see too often. The characters and their clothing are the focus. The only problem is the lack of backgrounds. It has some good ones, but usually they're missing. And again, this is because the artist really wants you to focus on the characters. The same is Dead Days. It has a very unique style, a more gentle and slow story with the main character being a boy and a girl, communicating by letters while they are stuck in a zombie apocalypse. Well, pretty cool. Survival of the Sword King is similar to what I discussed so far, monsters and adventurers. And this guy also has God Sword. I mean, what do you want more? The art is pretty good, but it looks funky here and there, but overall it's great. And lastly we have Stepmother Martian. I promise this is not one of those manhwas, it's not like Stepmom Friends or anything like that. If you ignore the fact that a guy marries a 16 years old girl that is almost the same age as his eldest son, the manhwa is actually pretty good. She tries to fix a broken and disconnected family, and also the characters and backgrounds are quite nice. So if you like this kind of stuff, it's definitely something that you need to check out. I guess you go and see anyways just to see what's the deal with the stepmother title. Okay, but now back to the list. On number 3 we have Leviathan. If you are passionate about water and sea creatures, or you just play Subnautica, well, this is exactly that. The story takes place in a post-apocalyptic world where the entire planet has been flooded and now humanity has to live on boats because there is no land to be found anywhere. And because the whole planet is only water, the marine life started to flourish. But with that, terrific monsters started to appear that threatens humanity and prevents them from gathering resources from the ocean. Those monsters are known as Leviathans. When it comes to the art, you're gonna see the most beautiful water on a manhwa page. But it doesn't stop here. Everything on the boat is just wow. Flooded with details. Get it? Flooded. Metallic structures, very well made. Everything is well done with lots of color and textures that really immerse you in this world and never will make you feel like you are just reading a manhwa. It will make you feel like you are there with the characters. And let's not forget about the sea monsters. Their designs are really terrifying and does not disappoint. All the fights with them have some interesting movements and impressive choreography. So again, if you play Subnautica, just read this, it's very good. If you have never heard about Solo Leveling, it's time to come out from under the rock. Solo Leveling, also known as an isekai done right, is a story about a guy who has the ability to level up, unlike the rest of the people who are stuck at a certain level. And so we follow him throughout countless dungeons in a journey to level up. And I can only say that it looks very good. It has amazing backgrounds, characters, weapons, and most importantly, creatures and monsters. All of them have fresh design that will impress you all the time, and is amazing when they get into a battle. I am more than sure that a good chunk of you guys already read it, and if you didn't, well, move your ass right now because this is definitely something worth reading. Finally, we have Her Summon, another isekai with a main character that has social anxiety. Pretty relatable. he gets summoned into a world by a girl to kill some monsters. Okay, so there are some good characters with clothes with a shiny impressive look and some cool monsters with tons of textures and different forms that fill this world with amazing art. But man, when it comes to the backgrounds, this manhwa is something out of this world. Semi-realistic, if not even more realistic environment that really immerse you truly into this world. And then there are these creatures that either blends with the background or are contrasted by it. And goddamn, just look at the scale of those drawings and don't expect me to describe them to you. I don't know how to express this in words. It's something that you really have to see with your own eyes. A truly masterpiece in terms of art. With this final mention, the list is complete. So, the top 10 art is finally finished. If you want to see the other twos, check out the playlist in the description. Hope I didn't repeat myself too much in this video, because there is not too much to say when the art is kinda similar, so you end up saying basically the same thing just with different words. So I hope that I didn't bother you too much with this, and also I hope you maybe found something interesting to read. Okay, so I will see you in my whatever next video, maybe another story explained for an anime or a game, but we'll see. Have a fantastic rest of the day, and I will see you later. Bye bye.